Hello all. In last video we saw how can we connect to the SQL Server database using Python, and for that we use this simple code. Basically we passed details such as SQL Server user ID, password, and actual database name, and we wrote this entire code into DAO.py and other parameters such as the user ID, password, database, and server details. Those we kept into config.py, and basically we call this DAO.py from this main.py file. Okay, so let's go back to our code. So this was the code which we had written earlier. One thing which we missed is we did not close the connection. So what we'll do is, so instead of passing the actual cursor, we'll pass the connection object. So I will move this value from here to here. Okay, and this will be a connection. And instead of returning the cursor, I will return the connection object. All right, and I will use, yeah, this is fine. And let's close the cursor first. Cursor dot close, and next close the connection. All right, let's run this. Python main.py. Okay, it works as expected. Okay, now the next thing is, so we just ran the sample query, simple query. Okay, our ultimate aim is to pull records from all these different tables. Okay, we have to read the records from all the tables which are needed from OLTP tables, basically the HR databases. So let's first identify what those tables are. So these are the tables. Okay, now let me create a list first in Python. So in order to create the list, let me get that values from database. So what we'll do, select star from sys dot all underscore objects where one equal to 1 and type equal to u. Okay, user tables. Okay, and since we have to create the list, Python list of all these all these tables, what I will do is I will add that thing in double quotes, and finally the comma. I will tell you how we are going to use that and why it is needed. So I will copy this guy. Okay, and let me go back to our code, and I will create a new object called target tables. Okay, and since, as I said, it's a list. Okay, so this is my list, and let me comment this code first, time being. Okay, and I will loop through that list which I have created, table name, for table name in target tables. Okay, and print table name. Okay, let's run this guy. Okay, so we are basically iterating through all the tables from which we need to pull the information or pull the records. Okay, now there are two ways to do that. To pull the records and insert that into staging table. That's our ultimate aim basically. So as if you go through this documentation, as I have mentioned here, there are two ways. One is database to database. So what I meant by that is you run the query, uh, fetch the records from these source tables, fetch the records from all these tables, and at the same time in same code, in same for loop, you also establish a connection to the target table and insert the records. Okay, so at the same time your source and target tables are getting loaded. Source tables, so in one loop you will be reading the records from your source tables, and in another loop or in the same loop maybe you will be inserting the records in the target table. So what's going to happen basically is the connections of your source and target will open at the same time, or until and unless records doesn't get loaded into target tables, your source connection will be open. Now this scenario will work when there are very small records, maybe couple of thousand records. But if there are millions of records, it's not a good idea to hold your connection open of your source, because it's OLTP transaction tables. You do not want to keep the connection open for a very long time. Okay, so what we can do is to avoid that thing. Uh, there is another way. So instead of loading records directly into a target table, what you can do is first you can load the records in the flat file, and then using the flat file you can load that into a target table. So loading a data into a flat file or any CSV file, which definitely take less time or much less time. So that way what will happen is you do not have to keep the source connection open. Okay, so I mean that's a better way, or I mean I would rather advise like go with the flat file load. So you first read the records, store that in the flat file, and then using flat file you insert the records in the staging table. Okay, so now we'll do that way only. We'll first read the records from our source table and write that or create the corresponding CSV files for that. Okay, now in order to do that, the very first step which we have to do is we have to create the data frame. So in order to create a CSV file using Python, simplest way is use the data frame. Okay, so but before creating a data frame, now as I have mentioned here, there are different ways to create the data frame. So if I so I have mentioned this link over here. So this is a link of my earlier videos which I had created related to data frame and how to pull the records from data frame. So if I click here and if I go to 2 minutes 13 seconds, so let me stop this guy. Let me directly go to 2 minutes 13 seconds. 2 minutes 13 seconds. Yeah, okay, this is good. So as you can see here, there are different ways you can by which you can create a data frame. First is like you need to have a series. In our case, we don't have a series. Uh, as you can see here, there's a second way. You can create the data frame out of a list. So if you have a list, you can create the data frame. So let's go back to our code. So this is our code. Now over here, so what we'll do, let's do one thing. Let me uncomment this code, or before that, what I will do, I will create a new function called def fetch records. Okay, and I will uncomment everything. Okay, so what's happening over here is I am calling that function in DAO.py, which is returning us the connection object. Then I am calling cursor, I am passing this SQL query. Okay, now this SQL query in this case is hard coded. We don't want that because we want records from all the tables. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll pass a table name parameter to this fetch records function. Okay, and then I will create another variable called SQL query. Okay, and what I will do, I will write a simple query select, since we need to pull all the records or all the columns, select star from um, table name where 1 equal to 1. All right, and let's print this query. Yeah, this is fine. And I will call this function. So let's copy this guy. Okay, let's run the code. Let's see what happens. And one more thing I forgot is I don't need this semicolon. And instead of this hard-coded query, I will pass the variable. Okay, so what it will do is, uh, since there is a for loop, it will get the table name from whatever list we have created, and for each table name, it will create this select query and it will pass that to our cursor, and then with this for loop, it will go through each and every record and it will print the record. So let's see. Okay, it's working. So only one thing is like it whatever output which we are seeing here is it's not a list, it's a series. Okay, so now let's go back to our example here. you can do the you can create a data frame either by series, but you need to have as an input as a dictionary. We don't have that right now. Second way is, as I said earlier, we need to have a list. Okay, so in return, whatever we are getting right now in this code is, it's a series, it's not a list. So how to convert that into a list? So for that, so let's go back to our documentation again. And for that, if you see, so create a multi-dimensional list. Why I'm saying multi-dimensional here? Because each row will act as a one list. Okay, because there are different data, like different columns in that. Okay, so we'll copy all the columns into a single list, and one list will act as one row, but there are multiple rows in single table. So all those rows again will keep in a single list. So basically there will be a main list which will have multiple lists, and each list inside that main list will act as a row which will have again multiple columns. Okay, I will tell you what I meant is, so now if you look for this multi-dimensional list, if you Google it, you will come across this documentation of Python. So if I scroll down here, let's take this example. Okay, what it is doing is, this is the element for x in range. So I will use the exact same example. So let's copy this guy. So I will copy this entire thing. Basically, it's creating a list. It's preparing a list. So instead of this, what I will do, let's replace this, or let's keep it this way, and I will use this. Instead of range, I have row. All right. So I will change this to row. And I don't want to multiply anything. So I will use element and element. Okay. I will comment this guy and let's run this again. Okay. Now, as you can see here, instead of a series, now it's returning me a list. Okay. But as I said earlier, these are individual rows. We need one particular list which incorporate all these different rows. Okay, so I will let's create another variable called, let's say, since it's a HR data, I will use HR list. I will create an empty list, and what I will do is list dot append, and I will copy this guy. All right, and let me comment this guy. Let me comment this, and what we'll do is, so for, or let's print it here itself. Okay, so basically now I'm creating this main list, and each list will have all these different lists. Okay, now let's go back to our documentation again. So we have completed it till this part. Okay, but as I said earlier, our intention is not to create only the list, but to create individual CSV files for, so whatever list we are going to create, main list, for each table we are going to, or we need to have a separate CSV file. So using that CSV file, ultimately we'll load the respective table. So for each source table will have a separate CSV file, and we'll use that separate CSV file again to load into a staging table. Now, how to create a list, or how to create a, okay, I'm sorry. So one thing which I missed was, we did not create it before creating a CSV file. First, we'll have to create a data frame. So we got the list with us, and if you go back here, in order to create a data frame, we need to have a list. So now we have a list with us. Now we just have to create a data frame. So to create a data frame, you need to import a pandas library. So what I will do, import pandas as PD. All right, and I will use that PD. So PD dot data frame. So data frame is basically a function, and we are passing a list, okay, to that function. So we have this list created. So I'm just passing this list here. So it will return me a data frame. Okay. But there are different ways to handle or read the data from data frame as well. And one of the way is iloc. So I will use that, and rows, comma, column. Now how this iloc works, now that also you can do. So this is the second link which I have provided. I mean, that is not necessary, but it is a convenient way to access the data frame. Okay, so if you go here, and let me pause this guy, and if you look at 3 minute 58 seconds. So if I go to traverse to 3 minute 58 seconds, see over here I have mentioned how to access that. So first colon before the comma is rows, and colon after comma or whatever after comma is column. So I stands for index. So you can access that data frame with the help of index. Okay, since we need to have, or we need to fetch all the columns and all the rows in that from that data frame. So that's why we are specifying colon colon. So give me all the rows and give me all the columns. Okay, once you have this data frame ready, the next task is to uh, create a CSV file out of that data frame. So for that, so let's Google it, how to create a CSV file from data frame in Python. All right, and let's look at the documentation. And as you can see here, toCSV is a method. Okay, and it is accepting all these different parameters. The first parameter is the file name. Okay, and obviously this one we are going to use, and second is the index true or false. Now if you look at the index, write row names. We don't need to have row names in our CSV file. So what we'll do, so let me go back, and I will use that method to underscore CSV. Okay, and the first parameter is our table name. So table name dot CSV, and second parameter is index equal to false. FALSC. All right. And if I run this, so basically this code is exactly same what we saw earlier. Now what we are doing, we are just creating a new data frame using this HR list which we created. Okay, we are accessing all the rows and all the columns from that data frame, and we are calling two CSV methods of that data frame. And to that CSV method, to CSV method, we are passing this table name variable. Okay, so basically what will happen, okay, this is my mistake. All right. Okay, so we are passing table name. So basically what will happen, this fetch records method will get call for each and every table which we have mentioned in this list. It will run the select statement, it will fetch the records from the database, and for every table it will create a separate CSV file. So ideally this code should work. So let's see, let's find out. Okay, it failed. It says string object has no attribute dot CSV. So one mistake I did is this has to be inside double quotes. So let's run it again. Yeah, see, it worked. Okay, and the different CSV files got created, and every CSV file has a data in it. Okay, and it will work even if I run it for multiple times. So basically it will override the file policy of those CSV files. So if I run this again, see, it still works. Okay, so what we saw in this video is basically we, let's go back to our documentation. So basically we established this connection earlier, and we parameterize that connection, or basically the select statement. Okay, we pull the records from all the source tables of which we have to pull or insert records into transaction or staging tables, and for each source table we created a CSV file. Now in next video we are going to utilize those CSV files and insert the records in actual staging table. Okay, thank you for watching this video.